Welcome to the city of Lusail and welcome to Qatar, to the WTT Contender. We are just north of the city of Doha, the capital of this nation, and an area right on the shores of the Persian Gulf in the Lusail Sports Arena. An arena that was built in 2014 and one that was designed to reflect the history of this area with its colours from the outside as you stare at it and stare at the coastline, reflecting the sea, the pearls and the desert sands, along with the beautiful central dome inspired by the architecture of the Islamic Golden Age. Yes, the pearls at the heart of this part of the world. Originally, Lusail was a tiny village. It had 50 stone houses, 9 pearl boats and several other sea vessels. It was the quest for pearls that made this part of the world such a famous place in the early 20th century. But fast forward, and the quest for mastery of a tiny white spherical object is still the order of business. For this is the World Table Tennis Contender event in Doha, and it's a great pleasure to have your company for all of the action today. Ollie Hogben here, and I'll be bringing you 8 matches, but there'll be plenty more to come than just those 8 matches. We have a packed day of play ahead of us in the Lusail Sports Arena. So let's get things underway on this, the second day of main draw action, 4 days of competition in total. Now the qualification phase is done and dusted, and we're starting with some mixed doubles action as Lin Shidong and KUAI Man of the People's Republic of China, 17 and 18 respectively, take on the more experienced partnership of Nandor ECSEKI and Dora MADARASZ of Hungary.
China serve, first game, level.
And let's begin. This is the quarter-final stage of the mixed doubles tournament.
1 love.
And my goodness, how impressive Lin and KUAI have been this season.
Love 2.
No great surprise, of course, after finishing last year, taking the World Youth Championship title in Tunis.
Love 3.
And they won the tournament in Durban as well at the start of this season. Added to that, they knocked out the top seeds, Emmanuel Leubesson and Yuan Jianan of France, the European champions, in the first round without concession of a game. So safe to say, they are ones to watch.
3-2.
Taking on ECSEKI and MADARASZ, 26 and 29 respectively.
3 all.
That was better play from the Hungarians, a lot more decisive. They beat Borga Haug and Tatiana Kukulkova in a very tough first round match, 3-2.
Three, 4.
They do have enormous experience. ECSEKI, men's doubles bronze medalist at the European Championships in 2020.
All.
MADARASZ, 2 women's doubles bronze medals and 2 team bronze medals at the European Championships, going back as far as 2011.
5-4.
This is actually quite a promising start from the Hungarian duo, ranked 22nd in the world. 8 places below the Chinese partnership. Chinese pair, though, have been flying up the rankings, frankly. Challenge is dealing with the quickness of shot. KUAI particularly, she gives you such little warning with her backhand.
6, 8.
Did well there. Madaras in the corner. Cleverly done down the table.
Seven, 8.
That's a good wind up.
All.
Really launched himself at that, ECSEKI. It was just too inviting, wasn't it, from a service perspective, and then Chinese pair just staring at each other as it went down the gap. Excellent beginning from ECSEKI and Madaras. Oh, done it again.
8.
Exactly the same gambit, and now a couple of game points for the Hungarians.
Ten, 8.
Best of 5.
Ten, 9. Ten, all.
Two good opportunities have passed them by. Oh, what a reach
10.
from ECSEKI. Great coverage. Another game point. Another one
All.
that passes them by. Super first game we've got going on here.
Eleven, 12.
You just wonder, don't you? 3 game points not converted. Will they get hit on the counter punch at the first time of asking? There's the answer.
11.
And that is what we have learned consistently about this young partnership from China, that they play the big points so calmly. And they convert their first game point to take it 13-11. And already one wonders if that will be one of those moments that is looked back upon with regret by ECSEKI and Madaras.
Time. First set.
On we go to the second game of this mixed doubles quarter-final.
Second game.
Welcome to those of you just joining the action now at the LaSalle Sports Arena. You're watching Table 1 and the second day of main draw action. Great to have you with us.
Love.
You can be part of the conversation by using the hashtags at WTT Doha and WTT Contender on social media.
One, two.
They certainly don't look quite at the level they were functioning at yesterday, the teenagers. And yet, they still managed to get through that first game, and that's the mark of a really good young pair.
Three.
That's nicely returned. Really difficult shot right in front of the body. And again,
3-all.
good couple of points there, receiving from LIN and KUAI.
Four, three.
It's a great bit of movement from Lin Shidong. He is so quick. To play that with that control while stretching, impressive.
4, 5.
And then a rather free gift given to the Hungarians. Keeps it tight in this second.
5-all.
They made the semi-finals, ECSEKI and MADARASZ of the Doha Contender last year.
5, 6.
They've nudged in front once again. First time the pairs have ever met.
Let. 5, 6. Let. 5, 6. 6-all. Seven, 6.
Not the first time we've seen that from ECSEKI. Real power button to the forehand.
Seven, all.
Just can't quite hold on to that lead at the moment as we get towards the conclusion of the second game. And this is where LIN and KUAI have shown themselves to be steely.
8, 7.
that level just seems to rise a touch when they're under some pressure.
7, 9. Seven, 10.
Well, it is something we're very used to already with this teenage pair.
7,
That's
11.
absolutely
Game to
tremendous.
China double.
Suddenly, when it gets to the most important part of the game, they are absolutely unstoppable. 11-7. A matter of seconds ago, it was a level game, and seems like a lifetime ago. So they've taken the second and taken it well after winning the first at 13-11. One game away now from a place in the last four, Lin Chidong and KUAI. The winners could meet either Wang Chunting and Du Hui Kem of Hong Kong, China, or Robert Cardos and Sofia Polkanova of Austria in the last four.
Yusuf. 3 game.
We begin the third game. Is there going to be any form of riposte from the Hungarians? I mean, just look back at how close they were to taking that first game. 3 game points. Played away out of trouble well. Did Dura MADARASZ.
Two, 1. Let 2, 1. 2 all. 2, 3.
The record that Lin and KUAI have amassed at junior level is quite frightening, actually.
3 all.
It's not always the case that elite athletes make a comparable transition from junior to senior, but the signs so far for these two are really most encouraging.
4, 3. 4 all.
We will be seeing Lin in men's singles action later on this table,
4,
and
5.
likewise for Dura MADARASZ in the women's event. She'll be later on in the afternoon session. Just Coming up to 10:30 local time in Doha.
All. Five, six.
They've been frustratingly there or thereabouts in both of the games so far, the Hungarians. And yet no reward.
7, 5.
You just get the almost inevitable sense of LIN and KUAI advancing.
7, 5. 8, 5. Time out.
So we've got the timeout called by the Hungarian pair. Just 3 points now LIN and KUAI need to advance to the semi-finals.
Time.
On we go with this third game. Has the timeout had any impact? I played that well.
8.
Has had some success going right with the backhand down the middle. Just perhaps trying to find an angle that wasn't there on that occasion. And that really frustratingly pushed into the net to bring up the match point opportunities. It's commanding. It's really impressive from LIN and KUAI. And they got better and better as the contest went on. You just look back at that first game, there were some great chances for ECSEKI and MADARASZ to secure the first. They lost it in the end 13-11, and LIN and KUAI went on to win the second and third 11-7 and 11-6 to advance to the semi-final stage. The winners in Durban, the reigning World Youth Champions, looking exceptional at the start of this season. Will they make it 2 out of 2 in Contender events? Well, they've got some tough matches still to come in order to achieve that. But the signs are really encouraging for them. They'll meet either Wang Chunting and Do Hui Kim of Hong Kong, China, or Robert Garros and Sofia Polkanova of Austria in the last 4. And we'll bring you some women's singles action in just a moment.